adopted in committee on Thursday, February 17th. The committee is meeting to study the invocation of the Emergency Measures Act and related measures. Today's meeting is taking place in a hybrid format pursuant to the House Order of November 25th, 2021. Members are attending in person in the room and remotely using the Zoom application. The proceedings will be made available via the House of Commons website. So you are aware, the webcast will always show the person speaking rather than the entirety of the committee. Today's meeting is also taking place in a webinar format. Meetings and are available only to members, their staff, and witnesses. Members enter immediately as active participants. All functionalities for active participants remain the same. Staff will be non-active participants and can therefore only view the meeting in gallery view. I'd like to take this opportunity to remind all participants to this meeting that screenshots or taking photos of your screen is not permitted. Given the ongoing pandemic situation and in light of the recommendations from the health authorities, as well as the directive of the Board of Internal Economy on October 19th, 2021, to remain healthy and safe, all those attending the meeting in person are to maintain a 2-meter physical distancing, must wear a non-medical mask when and it is highly recommended the chair, members English, or raise hand when the whole committee recognizes you, verification officer.
With his phone, but in the meantime, if we don't have Mr. McLean, who is the vice chair, so Monsieur Sainte-Marie, en tant que vice-président.
To the extent.
They did not have to actively be involved in the protest. They didn't have to be here in Ottawa or at one of the blockades.
No, not themselves. It could be indirectly.
So if someone gave $20 to the Freedom Convoy through a crowdsourcing platform, they could have their bank account frozen.
If that person gave the money after February 15th, it is possible, although very unlikely in view of the circumstances. And I say this because the banks, the financial institution relied heavily on the information that was provided by the RCMP, further to their own internal processes and verification. And so they approach it from basically a risk-based approach. I would, although not impossible, that someone who gave $20 be captured and have their bank account frozen. I found that scenario, I think it would be in rare circumstances.
But it is possible.
It is possible.
So to my mind, the order is fairly clear. There are some caveats on it, but it says for an assembly. And the assemblies have now been disbanded. Have we stopped freezing bank accounts?
Yes, we have, and as a matter of fact, and I don't know if this information is
Oh my goodness, I couldn't even find the right buttons. Good morning! Good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully well. I don't know, I'm not even dressed yet today, so. And I don't really care, so, don't worry, I will get dressed today. I will. Just kind of waking up and listening to the Canadian news on the Senate debates. I need to shut off my phone.
Customer service to do a first verification, and if the bank didn't feel it had a
Do not disturb.
could reach out to
So yeah, so we're just kind of listening to these yahoos and seeing what's new with everyone. Anyone got anything new today? Anything exciting? I need some kind of exciting news. Okay, up at the top right is basically like Ukraine and Russia. And then, of course, the State Department, I believe that is. And I got to update the title for the bottom one. We got some weather alerts going on there. Got some fish over here. Okay, I got to find my hand over here. No, over here. It's backwards. Okay. Well, got a turtle now. And up above me is the Senate debate. So I'll get my microphone over here so everyone can hear me, because sometimes I talk quiet and I'll try not to. And I'll try not to holler in your freaking ears this morning either. So I'll try to keep it decent. And I'll turn up the volume.
We realized that there were gaps in the system as to what our colleague at the Financial Transaction and Report Analysis Center.
Anyone has anything new or anything they want to talk about, I would love it. I made a little cat bed too, and I have a little cat camera, but they're choosing to be down on the couch right now, so that's not working. Hopefully they decide to one of these times. So yeah, I don't know.
This was in order to help mitigate that these platforms
my camera here. I'm
receive
kind of
illicit funds and increase the quality and quantity of intelligence received by FINTRAC.
For some reason.
Also, that allowed to make
So yeah, anyone got anything new or exciting going on today? You can type it in the chat and I'll get it and I can talk to you that way.
And crowdfunding platforms were not
So,
included
all right,
under
let's see.
the Proceeds of Crime and Terrorism Financing Act, and so that was what was put into place in terms of the emergency orders. Is that correct?
Trying here, so yeah.
Were already covered.
Just trying to wake up myself and, like I said, listen to these yahoos a little bit, and nothing really too new.
And I don't know if my colleague Julien may want to add
everything all messed up again. But anyways,
just very quickly.
Yeah, just curious what you guys have going on today.
Okay. Yes, I don't see him.
Anything exciting?
Okay,
I never have
my next
anything
question is,
exciting.
Can you confirm that making these powers permanent
I just call
cannot be
people.
done unilaterally and would require legislation?
to make these permanent.
Yeah, so we'll listen to these guys. I gotta call my dad real quick and get coffee, but I'll be here streaming probably
Thank you.
a lot of
Can
today.
you also
So
confirm that the powers are not retroactive?
I don't know
and it
if anyone
only
cares to
began
join me.
after
I'm
the
here.
Emergencies Act was declared.
So
Yes, I can confirm that it is not
Just wanna
retroactive, but we received many questions from concerned individuals. or
have a
thought
friend
that
and
it
listen to
would
this, but
retroactively
I
apply.
don't think
It
anyone
does
else
not.
wants to listen to this with me today. But you
And
never know. You never know.
We saw reports of truckers leaving the
All right.
convoy voluntarily after being warned by their insurance companies that their insurance may be suspended. Was the intent of the program? Was this the intent of the program? And do you have any further information on the success of these measures?
Well, certainly the intent of the program was to certainly responsibilize and dissuade people from using money or their vehicle to participate in these illegal blockades. I do not know if any trucker or individual had their insurance suspended. I think the goal was to ensure that people left on their own volition.
Oh my God.
Okay. So, but would you? So you wouldn't know whether or not there was an influence of the fact that their insurance, they could lose their insurance, that had an impact on them actually leaving.
I'm trying to stream quite a bit so I can
A lot of these people that were involved, I mean, trucking is their livelihood.
get monetized maybe.
To understand that
But I gotta watch my mouth.
insurance could be suspended, I think would be an incentive to stop the illegal behaviors.
And then just maybe
Yeah,
one
it looks
final
like it's
one
working.
clarification,
I'm
my
not
final
typing.
minute. My understanding is that government actually has a limited role in terms of acting. Really, it's enabling this information to be shared with financial institutions and RCMP from FINTRAC in order for them to have a role to enforce.
Pardon me, I could not hear clearly your question. Would you mind repeating, please?
That's okay. Of course. with these emergency measures
Oh,
in
weird.
place,
I don't know.
particularly as it relates to what we're
Work done
currently
here, so
talking
that's
about,
good. Yeah,
the
I can
federal
get your
government has
messages
a
if you
limited
guys
role in terms of enforcing.
wanna
It
chit
really is,
chat.
enabling RCMP and financial
Russia
institutions
advances
to
west.
receive information from FINTRAC in order for
I wanna
them to
listen to that
actually
real quick.
enforce and take action.
That is correct. The
Mute
Russian
her.
ethnic people and Russian-speaking people in Ukraine are being genocided. He literally, and he explained that in his view, NATO is moving closer to the borders of Russia
guess
because
I
it's
have more
about
than
to
one
attack.
unmuted.
That is literally what he said. And I don't understand why more people haven't paid attention to this. So what you're likely to see once this annexation of these two regions that he's just recognized is complete is things will settle down for a few years, and it wouldn't surprise me the next time the West finds itself in some kind of difficult moment, whether that's the 2024 election when Donald Trump is likely to run again and everyone's going to go crazy over that, then you will probably see the next step of this advancement, unless very strong pushback
This
is
doesn't
put
have
in place
any
today.
closed
Constantine,
captioning.
really appreciate your time. Fascinating analysis. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Lynn May alongside me, listening to that.
All right, well, I'm gonna mute it. I gotta call my dad real quick.
This idea that you
See
get a lot of people on places
what
like
he's
Twitter
up
saying,
to.
how can we fight a war against
I'll
the
be
strongmen of
here
Russia?
though.
We've got a military obsessed with identity politics and LGBT plus rights, etc., etc. I don't particularly buy that. I think we've got some pretty tough people, at the Pentagon, the Ministry of Defense, in our fighting units. But there's a point behind that, though, isn't there? This idea that we're sort of less tough people than we once were, and the Russians kind of still are.
Yeah, I think Russia, as well as probably the Chinese Communist Party, are going to take our weakness in multiple areas, and they're going to use it to their advantage. So, for example, the pandemic. For example, how much reliance we have on China and obviously Russia in terms of energy. And also marketing PR with our armed forces. It doesn't look the greatest. When you look at Russia's armed forces and their drills, and then you look at ours, we do look weak. So there's multiple factors on how we're looking weak. And I think, yeah, it's a perfect time for them, given how weak we look.
Yeah, look, appearances are not everything, but let's hope it doesn't come to the test. Here's a very different question. Have LED car headlights made night driving better or worse for motorists? 9 out of 10 drivers surveyed by the RAC say most car headlights are too bright, and 2/3 think those same lights pose an accident risk. That glare risk rises with age. The eyes of a typical 17-year-old take a second to recover. For a pensioner, it can be up to approaching 10 seconds. Critics of LED lights say it's not just the lights themselves, which, unlike old halogen bulbs, are brighter. It's also that they are often now combined with an auto-dip function, which means lights only come off full beam when another vehicle comes into view. And the fact that when LEDs are used on SUVs, the headlights are high enough to blind. Well, Glenn Jeffrey is a professor of neuroscience at the Institute of Ophthalmology. I have to take that word at a run-up, Professor. I always get it wrong. LED, just about got through it. LED lights, good or bad?
I think it depends on the situation. In many cases, they've been positive. I think in relation to the situation of car headlights, we have a very significant problem, which I was going to say is on the horizon, but it's not. It's in our lap now. These are very powerful. And they're also very, very powerful in the shorter wavelengths, the deeper blues, particularly around 400 nanometers, and the energy that they're punching at those wavelengths is it's dangerous. If I were to put some flies and shine that light on them, they'd die. If I were to ask for ethical permission to do a human experiment from either University College or Moorfields Eye Hospital, not only would I not get it, I would be stupid to even ask for it. So
wow.
We've got a problem. We've got a problem with intensity of light, and we've got a problem with the wavelength. So if we take those short blue wavelengths and we expose parts of your body to it, what happens is your blood pressure drops and your heart rate goes up. So we have a systemic problem on the body, as well as the fact we've got something that is damaging to our eyes. So we have a problem.
Well, Professor, I mean, I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm terrified about what's happened, could happen to the flies. Doesn't sound great. Where are the regulatory authorities in this? How could we get this far down the, no pun intended, road without spotting the danger?
I don't know. I actually only came across the output of some of these new lights on the BMW series, looking at it on the web, and I put it in front of the team, and everyone was appalled because we work on 420, 450 nanometer light, and the damage it does to your body, particularly something called your mitochondria that generate energy in the cell, but also to your bloods. And we were gobsmacked, and I still am gobsmacked.
Well, I mean, it feels like, as scientists want to say, a subject worthy of further scientific research, doesn't it? That's for sure. And just on the point about, who's most vulnerable, is it age-related? I mentioned SUVs. Does the angle at which these things are pitched at you make a difference?
Yeah. I think we're all vulnerable to it. Everyone. The kick at these short wavelengths is so high. Everybody is prone to suffer from it. You could actually say the older people are slightly better because, some of them might have cataracts or their vision isn't as sharp, their lens isn't as sharp. But once that light gets through to the eye, then it really, whether you're young or old, it doesn't really make too much difference. In our olden days, in our old lights, we had a lot of red in that light. Oh. And so the red and the blue were in balance, and the red was protective and the blue was not particularly protective, but the two were in balance. Now we're suppressing the red because we get a lot more light squeezed out, a lot more intense light with blue, but there is a price that we will pay for that if we're exposed continually to those lights.
Professor Jeffrey, we need to talk some more about this, but for now, thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it. It's the subject of our Twitter poll, and getting on for more than 70% of you think that LED headlights are making night driving worse for motorists. Lynn May's alongside me. Do you drive?
I do, yeah.
LED lights?
Not noticed a thing, I'll be honest.
Thanks, Professor. Fantastic. You're with Colin Brazier on GB News, on TV, online and on digital radio. After the break, we'll be joined by the former leader of the Conservative Party, Sir Ian Duncan-Smith, to discuss whether or not the latest sanctions on Russia are enough to prevent further escalations. First, though, it's time for the weather.
Hello, I'm Luke Marr with your weather forecast. We've got some very cold and wintry weather over the next 24 hours. Warnings in force for snow and lightning across Scotland and Northern Ireland. This is a cold front pushing its way southwards, introducing much colder air than we've seen of late across the country. Still very mild across the south, but it's this blue air that is pushing its way in, bringing those wintry showers. Now, the cold front will have some heavy rain on it. That turns to snow on its back edge across the higher ground, and then
We appreciate you, Lori. God bless. All we can do is keep the faith in God, and He will guide us along the way. So, Juliet, that's the right attitude. Always faith. Look at that. See? God brought you here. Faith. See, all you got to do is have faith, and that's it. Just have faith, and that's it. You know, things may happen, but it's how you overcome it that builds character. So regardless of what happens, it's how you build character, you know? But it is cold out here, I'll tell you that. I need one more sweatshirt to put on and I'll be fine. Kind of cold, but...
It's warm out here. It's a little hot.
Yeah.
Remember what music will do to you on these platforms.
I know, that's what people keep saying. I'm trying...
Mine's muted.
How do you do that?
Here.
Alright.
Right, that's back on.
Alright, so listen guys, I'm gonna mute this for right now so I don't get no copyright strikes. So forgive me, but I love you guys. Keep watching, keep sharing, keep hitting that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell for all notifications, all that stuff. You want to subscribe to all my social media, go to my About and my YouTube. It's all there. You want to donate, it's all there. So I'm going to put my microphone on mute, and you guys can just watch along. So God bless you guys. God bless your family. God bless America, and God bless the world. Thank you, Modo. Appreciate you. Thank you. I know some of you guys don't want me to. Some of you guys don't want me to go mute, but if I get a copyright strike on my YouTube, it's all bad. So I'd rather not get that strike. So listen, the only reason why I'm going to mute is because so that I don't get a copyright strike. Because you know, you just never know. And just in case, you know, there could be somebody in the chat right now who's on the opposition, might try to report me. So I don't know. People are just weird. You know what I mean? They're just weird. So I know. Sad face. I know. But you know, I want to keep this live going. I want to give you guys all the truth and nothing but. So I'll just put it on mute for right now. And I've been talking for a long time, so I'm sure you guys want to hear my voice forever. You know, I don't have the most handsomest voice, but it's all good. You know what I mean? So someone said, boo. Oh, somebody said, if you're not monetized, you shouldn't get a strike. Oh, that's a good point. Right on. That's a good point. I appreciate you saying that. So that is a good point. I'm not monetized. Josh, what do you say to that?
Hold on 1 second. I got it. There we go. Look at this, guys. Got some great Patriots here. Look at that beanie. Love that beanie. That beanie is from DC.
Look at that. Hold on, I'm showing you guys.
Awesome. Say God bless America.
God bless America.
Wow, that's going to be an intro, guys.
That's what's up. Somebody said, thanks for doing this, man. The world needs to see. Absolutely, Ryan. Thank you for being here. All right, someone said, yeah, you're fine with it. That's only if you're monetized. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm glad you guys said that. All right, so no mute, all right? No mute. No mute, all right? I know you guys want to hear my sexy voice, but no, I'm just kidding. Oh, man. Document everything from the crazy lives. Try to make up BS about you. Exactly. That's why we're out here. We're out here documenting everything so that we can show you guys the truth and nothing but. All right. Holy moly, man. It is cold out here. I need a hot chocolate. That's what I need. I need a hot chocolate right now, man. The hot chocolate sounds hella good. With marshmallows, hella bomb. I used to work at Starbucks at one point, and I used to always make hot chocolate. When it was hella cold at night, I used to work overnight, and then like, they had the window open. I'm like, bro, close that window. I was like, oh, but the car's coming. I was like, ain't nobody here. It's 2 in the morning. And so I always make hot chocolate to kind of, you know, stay warm. Oh, man. Praying for American, Canadian, Australian, and European truckers. Absolutely. God bless everyone. What's up, man? He black. If people counter protest, oh wait, I'm gonna read that comment. Someone said, if people counter protest, they are New World Order slaves. Exactly.
Thank you for your super chat. You guys are rocking.
Yes, Backwoods, Hero Billy, yes, we'll be going all the way.
I'm sorry. I see that.
What does everyone think about this?
Hold on, guys. I got responses. This post before this message.
120 gallon tanks, 2 of them.
Sorry guys, I was responding to an Instagram message, so my bad. Ooh, my hands are cold. Someone said, are you still in Cali? Yeah, we are. We're still in Cali now. We'll be leaving pretty soon. We're gonna head from here to Arizona. So somebody said from Wisconsin. God bless Wisconsin. Appreciate you, American Mom, for being out here. Sweet, man. Upside down, isn't it? Oh crap, hold on a second. Okay, alright, hold on. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Woo! So I had an Instagram message and my phone just went all haywire, so I gotta fix this thing real quick. Fix it, one sec. There we go. All right, we are back. Sorry about that, guys. Woo, I think you guys a little dizzy there. My bad. Oh man, I'm so sorry about that. I've been having it in my head for a week. Oh man, the government's view. I'm telling you, my bad. I'm so sorry. Man. Cause my friend wrote me a message. Okay, my friend wrote me a message on Instagram. And I was trying to reply back, but because my hand's so cold, I couldn't like touch it all the way. So I pressed the whole message and it flipped the whole phone over. I was like, no! So yeah, my bad.
On a reefer tank. It is 50 gallons. Not bad.
You almost have 400 viewers. Oh, nice. That's what's up. Hey. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Your channel about to explode. That's cool. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, man. This is dope. Your channel about to blow up. You ready? Oh, I'm ready, man. I want all the smoke. Trucker America loves you. Hey, we love you too, guys, man. We love all you guys for being here. I want to say thank you for you guys for being here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I want to say once again, you guys could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Someone said FJB, that's what I'm talking about. Right on, man. God bless all you guys. God bless Virginia. I saw that. Oh, 1,500 subscribers. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's get that subscribers to 2,000. We got 1,550. Let's get that to 2,000. If we can get to 2,000, let's go. Let's do it. I know you guys can do it. Share with your friends, your family. Share it all. Let's go ahead and get that to 2,000, man. Let's do it. Let's go, baby. I am ready. Gonna be 50K by Friday. Yo, that would be dope. If I got 50K by Friday, woo, that would be dope. I'm gonna outdo Josh. I told Josh I'm gonna get more than him. He said, you wish. I was like, all right, buddy, let's do it. Oh, man. Someone said CIA all over this. Hey, listen, the CIA is in your cell phones, all right? The CIA is everywhere. They got, look, one time, I was in some area with the governor or somebody who was running for governor, right? I was with a person who was running for governor. I was at his house to go somewhere for a debate. And I was looking up in the sky, where he lives at, you can see all the stars, right? So I was looking up, because I like to go outside and kind of see the stars. So as I was looking up, I literally saw 2 satellites going in opposite directions. I'm like, you don't think they're watching this?
I'm gonna put it on the top convoy one. See what that's all about. Just let me know if it gets too loud.
peoplesconvoy.org, and they do have a route. You can meet up with them, and you should meet up with them. We are in Adelanto, California.
That's all they had. It's a big one, but that's all they had. It's a big one. That's all they had.
Shut it out before it stopped finished in the tractor. I don't have any more gallons we could have held, but like I said a minute ago, our limit is 149 gallons per fill up in 24 hours, and we ran it up to 140. But that also counts another 25 that we got back there at Lowe's. So 240 gallons is what we can actually, what we can hold. That's what our tanks will hold. We got two 120-gallon tanks. And then our reefer tank is actually 50 gallons. So I was a little off on both of them. But they all vary from truck to truck and from trailer to trailer. You know, I've seen them on the reefers as small as 15 gallons, and I've seen them as big as 40 or 50 gallons, 75 gallons. Those that they put on the trains, on the containers, they generally have bigger tanks. Container ships. And in the trucks, you know, I think that varies really. 120, I think, is the average. 100 to 120 on each tank. But one company, you know, they've got a 120-gallon tank. It's a lease company. Once you finish your lease out, then they'll attach the second one for you if you want it. They do that, you know, just where they can put the weight on the trucks and all. Because fuel is about 8 pounds per gallon. Diesel fuel is. So if you take off 120 gallons, well, that's 800 plus gallons just in fuel, not counting the tank. I don't know how much the tanks weigh. Comes up. You guys are freaking awesome. We smoked yesterday's record. Yesterday's record was broken. Well, we had the 798 record from 2 days ago, and yesterday we had 1,000, and today we're at 1,400, and according to my counter, we hadn't hit 2 hours yet, but I'm sure we have hit 2 hours. No, this is a 2021 Cascadia, Freightliner Cascadia. It's got 144,226 miles on it. We got it brand new last December. That's what we put on it, just a little over a year, but that was taking 12 weeks off last year. We took at least 12 weeks off last year. That don't count our days where we sat and waited for loads. If you add all them together, we probably had about 14 weeks off last year. whole convoy thing is over. We're still here every day on a daily basis. We're united and enjoy seeing the countryside.
You love us and you care for us. Bless our truckers. Bless those traveling with them. And Heavenly Father, bring back America. Bring it back, Heavenly Father, where it belongs. We want our freedoms back. And we thank you. Thank you for this beautiful day. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Councilwoman Georginette. All right, next up is Mayor Reyes himself. He is the mayor of this beautiful city, the city of Adelanto, and ill responsibility to say a few words. Mayor Reyes.
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Now, if we can just give one more round of applause to these amazing women, Councilwoman Jeanette, for an amazing prayer, my lovely wife, the First Lady, for singing the national anthem. You know, this moment is extremely special because when Mr. Courtney shared with me that they wanted to start here in Adelanto, I was just like, why Adelanto? You know, I know we're but then logistically, right, it just all made sense. A little history about this area. Highway 395 connects to the 15 freeway, which goes down to the Mexican border. But what a lot of people don't know is that 395 goes straight north to Canada. So the nickname is Three Flags Highway. And I think that's important on the logistical route. That's why they picked this great city. That's why they picked this city, because they knew that this would be the place they can gather, where we can assemble, where we can protest how we believe it should be done. So to all you truckers that are sacrificing your time, that are sacrificing your wages, that are sacrificing your time to be away from your families, that are sacrificing your livelihood, driving through this crazy weather on a regular basis across the Rocky Mountains, across the plains, we salute you and we appreciate you. Because the reality of the matter is this, is that every single day, you put your lives on the line to make sure that there's food on the tables. Not just for your families, but millions and millions of Americans across the nation. And for that, we thank you. For that, we salute you. For that, we support you. And we want to let you know that the city of Adelanto stands behind you, and we appreciate everything that you do on a day-to-day basis for this great nation. Now, a voice, just a sense of an encouragement. And I have to share this because, you know, my father passed away a little bit over a year ago, and he would have loved this. But the one thing I think he would want me to share with each and every single one of you that are going across this nation, remember to do it in love. Remember to do it in love. Remember to be safe. And remember that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And he will do everything he can to stop, to hinder the rightful protest and the rightful assembly that all of you are working across this next few weeks. So be safe. We love you. Thank you to the People's Convoy for allowing Adelanto to be the city where this gay protest gets started. We love you, and we love you guys. And stay blessed.
Let's hear it for Mayor Reyes of the great city of Adelanto and his Mayor Pro Tem, Councilwoman Joy. Thank you, guys. path or a different status than that of your neighbor. The result has been an absolute economic crippling, not just of our great economy and of our great country, but of small and medium-sized businesses everywhere, and indeed of you and me and all of the workers, including the truckers themselves. These categories, essential, non-essential, vaccinated, unvaccinated, liberal or progressive or conservative, these are distinctions that divide us. They don't unify us. And a few weeks ago, these truckers reached out and they said, you know what? We don't believe in these artificial distinctions. We don't believe in separating people based on their status or whatever medical path they chose or didn't choose. We don't believe in stopping international truckers and commerce and travel between borders just because somebody made a different decision medically than his or her neighbor. Yes. They told me in my freedom, it shouldn't matter if you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. And white, blue, yellow, brown, black, Republican, Democrat, Muslim, Mormon, agnostic, atheist, Christian, it shouldn't matter because we are all American. And they said, and I agree, that after 2 long years, it is time we end these states of emergency and the prison mandates they gave rise to. And by golly, if the executive branch is not going to do it, they're going to ask Congress and the state legislatures to do it because it is beyond time. It is beyond time to restore freedom, liberty, and accountability. And God bless the truckers because they are the ones carrying that message across this great country. This is not my party. This is the truckers movement. This is America's movement. This is the People's Convoy. And you can find the People's Convoy at thepeoplesconvoy.org if you want to see details or help support the fuel costs that these truckers are gonna have happening as they move across this country. I want to be very clear. Yes. When the truckers came to us, we weren't the organizers. They were the organizers. All the people on this stage said is, how can we help you get your message out? Because we know that's what you need to do. That is what I said. That is what a lot of other great people have said. And we had a lot of people in organizations stepping in. We had the American Foundation for Civil Liberties and Freedom, the Unity Project, the doctors from the Frontline COVID Critical Care Alliance.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna be here, but I'll be right back. I'm gonna smoke a cig.
We've had gubernatorial candidates like Joey Gilbert, who's running for governor in the state of Nevada. We have had journalists, both mainstream and podcasts, from both sides of the aisle, and God bless the men and women who serve this country in law enforcement and overseas in the military, because we had a whole lot of them step up to the plate and said, how can we help you run logistics? This ain't a tiny party. You're going to need our help. And they volunteered their time at no cost. Everything you see here today has been volunteered at no cost. We have had faith leaders of every make and denomination coming out. It is truly, my friends, a bipartisan, multicultural, Democrat, Republican, vaccinated, unvaccinated, unified message of Americans stepping up saying, it's been 2 years and it is time to open this darn economy with no more restrictions on it. You should know that this People's Convoy, the People's Convoy, is committed to unity, peace, inclusion. There will be no messages of hate, sexism, racism, radicalism, or you're one status and I'm a different status, and because we're not the same status, we can't talk to each other. There will be none of that. No messaging like that and no actions like that. You are also should be aware that this is going to be 100% safe, peaceful, law-abiding, law-following journey. Every single truckman protected. We have security teams. We have working dogs. We have former military and law enforcement. We are taking no chances with the truckers' safety because they are at the tip of the spear, at the forefront of returning our state of liberty, and we want these boys to be safe and the girls. Law enforcement has been absolutely wonderful. Just a side note here, guys. City of Atalanta opened their arms. Daryl, the guy who runs and I think owns this stadium here, he said, come on up. We want to help you guys get these truckers off right. And the local, state, and national law enforcement in every state we're planning on going through has been absolutely amazing. I want to make one thing clear. We are not going into the heart of downtown DC, and every single person here knows why that is.
Yes, yes.
We will not be anywhere near there, the Beltway or downtown DC, not on March 1st during the State of the Union, and not probably after that, okay? We are not going to DC, we are going toward that coast, but this is about the journey and the message and not so much the destination. We are also not sending messages like some of the other convoys saying, we're going to strangle our government, we're going to be like an anaconda. The Bob Boluses you're hearing, those other convoys, that is not us. Do not confuse us with them. We come in peace, we come in unity and prayer, and we ask for freedom. And on that note, I'm going to close it out. As the great-great-great-granddaughter of Patrick Henry, as another granddaughter of a U.S. Navy man who was standing on the deck of the USS West Virginia on December 7th, 1941, when the ship was bombed out from under him. And as a granddaughter on the other side of my family from Eastern European immigrants who fled communism out of Eastern Europe last century, I am here to tell you that I believe that it is the structure our forefathers put in place, that it is our Constitution and our freedom that set this great country apart from all others on the planet. As a girl who spent about as much time in Third World War-torn countries over the last decade as I have spent standing here on U.S. soil, I am here to tell you, the country that we know and love, the country you and I recognize as America, that country is recognizable to us, not because of anything I just mentioned so much, but because of the boys and girls who get in those rigs and drive them across the country. They bring us goods. They are the backbone of this economy and the supply chain that makes this thing a first world country and makes sure that we're not shaking a palm tree hoping for a coconut to fall out like a third world banana republic. And on that note, I want to tell the boys and girls of these great big rigs, God bless you. Freedom, roll! Alrighty, guys, next up. This is not just a blue-collar party today. This is a white-collar party. We got some of the doctors of the Critical Care Alliance, COVID-19 Frontline Critical Care Alliance. They're going to say a few minutes. We're going to start with Dr. Dr. Paul Alexander. Who's going first? This is like who's on first. I don't know what I'm doing here today. Alright, Dr. Pierre Corey's up first. He's going to say a few words followed by his brother.
Hello, America. Thank you for showing up. I am so honored to be here. You know, I am here to do what I've always done. It's to share my expertise, to spread knowledge, good, honest, truthful knowledge. I'm here to speak truth and data and science, something we've been divorced from. We have been subject to policies that have no scientific basis. These policies are failing. The viruses have infected our bodies and taken some of our lives, but the policies have ruined our society. Our society is so sick right now, and you're all here trying to get us back on the right track, and so thank you for showing up. So what I've done with my colleagues, the frontline COVID-19 critical care alliance, from the beginning, when we saw this coming to our shores, we did one thing and one thing only. We tried to learn everything about this disease we could, and we tried to figure out how to treat it, because it's what we do. It's what doctors are supposed to do. You figure out the best way to keep your patient healthy. You have your patient as your primary consideration at all times. You don't have policies. You don't have protocols. It's your patient. And so many of my colleagues, and I believe I'm speaking for a lot of them, they're quiet, they're silent, they have their jobs, and they know everything's wrong. They're not speaking out. But I'm here to speak out today. And I speak with hope. I speak with sadness at how many have died, how many have lost jobs, have had to walk away from jobs just to protect their health. They put livelihoods versus our health. That is not a choice we should ever be subject to. And the world has gone mad. The world has lost their mind. And it's not their fault. It's the fault of two simple things which have overwhelmed our society and the globe. And those two things are propaganda and censorship. We should know better. We should know better. The history books tell us what censorship and propaganda do, and it has been rampant, and it has infected our minds with mistruths and falsehoods and lies. And that's why I'm here to speak truth. I mean, when I look at what's going on, and by the way, the truth is coming out.
And he is speaking
three
truth.
things guaranteed to come out: the sun, the moon, and the truth. And the truth is finally coming out. We know this, folks. Listen, the Department of Defense data leak, we now know out there for everyone. It's not being propagated. There's still censorship going on. But the vaccines have taken incredible amounts of lives. It has made us sick, and yet they keep telling us to vaccinate. They tell us to vaccinate against the mildest variant with a vaccine built for a virus from 2 years ago. And it doesn't work, and we're constantly being told, drummed into our brains, safe and effective, they're anything but. And we need to stand up for truth. Listen, my colleagues, we figured out how to treat this disease. We put together protocols with safe, repurposed generic medicines. Little did we know that we stepped into a decades-long war of the pharmaceutical industry against generic repurposed drugs. We've been attacked. Our careers have been ended. I've had to leave 3 jobs, both willingly and unwillingly. I've made sacrifices, but they're nowhere near the sacrifices that I see my fellow Americans have made. And I thank you for coming today, because I know you've had to make sacrifices to be here. And the truckers who are going to roll across this country, they have to leave their wage-earning jobs right now in a show of support. We need them. We need them. So I'm honored to be here, but I do have to talk about the lies. You guys are here, you know we've been lied to. Listen, when I started, I was like much of the country. I had an implicit faith in what I thought was the goodwill of our public health agencies. I thought they were going to put public health before profits. And so much of the country has placed their faith in those agencies without knowing that they are under almost total regulatory capture by the pharmaceutical and vaccine industry. We need to take back good government, good health policies. We need to speak sound, pragmatic and good medical advice. And that's all I'm trying to do here today. But we have to be clear. The vaccines have millions of adverse events, just in VARs alone. So the vaccine adverse event reporting system, there's only one thing wrong with that reporting system, is that it's underreported. There's over 24,000 deaths just in that database. We know the factor by which that's underreported is at least 10 to 20. 200,000 people at least have died in this country alone from the vaccines. Yet we're told that there's not one vaccine death. These lies are absurd. These lies are absurd, and they're so plain. There's nothing subtle about the lies anymore. The data from the Department of Defense tells us They have seen untold amounts of cancer and heart attacks and strokes and neurological disabilities and anxiety and depression and suicide. And yet they keep jabbing. And I can't deal with that as a physician. I know that's not good for our health. This is a treatable disease. We've known this for 2 years. And we can treat it with really safe, widely available, and low-cost medicines. And yet they tell us it doesn't work. I hear it from medical journals and the media. They just propagate lies. And they're being controlled by those who are seeking to put profits before health. Well, you know what we're here today for? We're here for principles.
Yes.
We're going back to first principles.
Yeah.
Honesty, open-mindedness, scientific debate. We're being centered. Us doctors, we can't even talk about our experiences and our knowledge. When we start to talk about what works and what doesn't work, we are censored. We're taken down off of YouTube and social media. And the newspapers make fun of us and call us fringe radical doctors. And all we do is stick to the data, the science, we speak truths. And that's what I'm here. We're trying to save lives. And so all of you are here to save lives. And I thank you for that. And I'm just so honored to be here. America is finally showing up. We need to turn this around, take back our health, take back our country.
Next up is Dr. Paul Alexander from the Frontline COVID Critical Care Alliance. And he's going to also say a few words, and then we are going to hear from the truckers themselves. And then we're going to have Pastor Rob McCoy say a blessing and a little amazing grace to send them on their way. But next up is Dr. Paul Alexander.
Hey, how are you guys? Let's give it up to the U.S. trucker. Let's give it up to the Canadian truckers that started this. Let's give it up to our police. We must support the blue. Let's give it up to our military and the veterans who are here. Listen, I can't follow here. Dr. Corey is a genius. But I have a message to you. You know what I've been through in Ottawa and Canada. Canada has gone insane right now. But I got a chance to come here, so I'm here. And I want to say the truckers rule the world. They lied to you. They lied to you from day one. Fauci lied to you. They lied about asymptomatic transmission. Was not true. They lied about recurrent infection. Was not true. They put a bogus test on us, the PCR test. Was not true. They said vaccine immunity was better than natural immunity. That's the most bogus piece of bull. Never. They lied and told you that 15-year-old Johnny was at the same risk as 85-year-old Granny with 3 medical conditions. That was impossible. And they did that to force you to lock down and wear that face diaper for 2 years. It's time to throw it away. They lied to you. They told you that there was no treatment. And we knew the data. We knew we had properly repurposed drugs, safe, effective, ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine. We knew. Our analysis, Dr. McCullough, Dr. Malone, Dr. Corey, Dr. Harvey Reich, we showed that you could have saved 85% of the 900,000 Americans who died. We showed it, we modeled it. 750 to 800,000 would be alive today. We have to put these people on the trial. Lock them up! Lock them up! Listen, I had the privilege to work in Washington in Health and Human Services. I worked for President Trump, and I'm saying it proudly. I want to tell you this. These vaccines have failed. We've looked at the data. These vaccines are not effective. They are not properly safe. I am telling you when we look at the data, we look at the UK data, the Scottish data, the Danish data, the USA data, the British, we look at all of the data. These vaccines cause the vaccinated to become infected and severely ill and even die. If you took one shot, do not take another. I'm not your clinician. I'm talking to you as my brothers and sisters. Do not take another. If you took two, do not take a booster. And never ever, this is a hill you die on. You never let them put this in your children's hands. We told them in the USA. We told them in Canada. I want you to listen to me. These vaccines will kill your children. Do not let them vaccinate your children. And I will end by talking to the police and the military. We told them in the UK. We told them in the USA. We told them in Canada. Do not vaccinate your police. Do not mandate it on the military. But they went ahead. So I pray for the military and the police. I hope that what we think could happen does not happen. So no more. You tell them no more. These mandates must come down because the pandemic is over. Omicron tells us this gives the United States government an exit strategy and an off-ramp. If they're bold and brave, the Biden administration must grab it now and end this. Declare the pandemic over. Declare that Omicron has given you the shot. You need to drop the mandates and you must remove the emergency declaration. The pandemic is over. And I know there are many great people coming up behind me. I'm not going to take more time. I want to thank Dr. Corey. I want to thank the United States for its leadership in this world. I want to say again, thank God for the Canadian trucker. And thank God for the United States trucker because they're really
Okay, if you can hear me, whoever's watching the stream, I hope you're recording or download.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
This is a live news event. We'll see what YouTube does with it.
And he asked me to remind every single one of us that freedom is not free.
No, it sure isn't. Doesn't seem.
The way they've always been. And God bless the truckers for leading the charge. And with no further ado, this is Trucker Brian Brosy to say a few words.
Well, let me just first start off with saying thank you, Canada truckers. Thank you, Canadian drivers. Thank you, the Canadian people that stood up and inspired so many to follow in your lead. Thank you, Canada. We love you.
We love you, Canada. Whoa, that was really loud. Sorry, we love you, Canada.
Follow up so many great people that were up here. I'm a truck driver.
You guys are amazing.
I will ask everybody right now, and for all the truck drivers that are here, truck drivers, keep your horns silent for a little bit. But I want every single person here to give a big shout and a round of applause to the truck drivers that are going to be leading this convoy across the country, please.
I do plan on getting dressed today, sorry. I'm so comfy though.
To all the truckers that are out there that aren't here today, I hope that you see that the American people got our backs right now. I'm extremely humbled to be up here, and I cannot be up here without the support of all of you. And a lot of us are kind of out there, you know, present on, you know, our faces out there everywhere, but you guys got to know that the team to organize this on just the trucker side of this, because there's been multiple people involved, but just on the trucker side, there's been a team of around 30 truck drivers that have been involved in planning this, that have worked very hard and dedicated their life to this over the last several weeks. And I have to also ask for a round of applause for those 30 drivers out there that helped us out.
Testing. Testing.
God bless you. Love you.
I can't. I'm not. I'm not like her. I don't know how you follow that stuff up. But what I'll say here, I'm going to try to close this down as quickly as I can. A lot of people have asked why we're doing this. What's your reason behind it? And people want like a defined, clear answer.
Now I can't break everyone's ears. Sorry.
One issue, one thing, but the truth is, it's about my children. It's about my future grandchildren. It's about our families. It's about our country. It's about letting our government know that you work for us.
Freedom!
People can paint this any way they want. They're going to say this is a far right or far left, or this is a partisan issue. But it's not. It's an American issue.
I'm chronically ill, otherwise I'd be out here with them. So this is the only thing I can do to help get the word out and fight for our freedom. So I try to take a part. Want to be able to help whoever needs help out there, like the truckers and stuff like that too.
Freedom! 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 Freedom!
Thank you everyone for your support. We love you. We appreciate you. Keep the spirit alive.
Couple more things. Like I said a second ago, we are going to send these gentlemen off with some prayer and some amazing grace. I wanted to attend to one housekeeping detail. I'd like you all to be peaceful. And I know you're already peaceful, but also if you see any trash or anything laying on these grounds, the boys up here in Atlanta opened the stadium to us on no notice. Let's leave this place cleaner than we found it. I'm relying on all of you to do it. If you have monetary donations, if you have gift cards, or if you have notes for the truckers, this is my assistant, but she's become a heck of a lot more than my assistant. She's a paralegal, she's a vet tech, she's a medic, she is a trucker guru. And if you have any cash and you haven't already given the boys, and you can't find the boys, her name is Maureen Steele. We could not have done this without her. And she's going to be right up here, and she's trustworthy. She'll get the money to the boys, all right? I am going to turn this over to Pastor Rob McCoy at Godspeed Church out north of LA, and he's going to say some words of blessing for our boys and girls.
Thank you, Lee. God bless you, fellas. How y'all doing? I'm gonna pray for these fellas and the ladies, and I just wanted to say, Richard Winters, who was a major in the 101st Airborne, he did the Band of Brothers. And his grandson asked him, he said, "Are you a hero?" And he said, "No, but I served with heroes." And that's how I feel about these truckers. Amen? All of you are my hero. I am so blessed by each and every one of you because you understand the celestial article of freedom. And you're here today to defend it. This is the greatest nation on the face of the earth. It's the least racist nation on the face of the earth. It's the place everybody wants to come. And we're going to preserve it. And these are our warriors, and we're grateful for each and every one of them. We're going to hold them in prayer. I wanted to share with you the final words that were passed out on December 24, 1776. It was copied and given to each of the Continental Forces. And by the way, when I think Continental Forces, I think of the transcontinental force of these truck drivers. And I wanted to remind you, Thomas Paine said, these are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will shrink in this season. But those who defend it now deserve the love and respect of all men and women. Tyranny like hell is not easily conquered, but the greater the struggle, the more glorious the victory. And each of these are going to take to Washington our voice. And they're putting their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor on the line. What they did to the truckers in Canada, they're going to try to do to them here in the United States, but we're not going to let that happen because the first three words of the preamble of the Constitution declares who the sovereign is. We the people! This is a prayer for all the truckers. It's from Psalm 121. I will lift up my eyes to the hills, from whence comes my help. My help comes from the Lord, who made the heaven and the earth. He will not allow your foot to be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel shall not sleep nor slumber. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve you from all evil. He shall preserve your soul. The Lord shall preserve your going and your coming in from this time forward and forevermore. Amen.
Amen.
Lord, we ask your covering and your blessing. The steps of a righteous man or woman are ordered by the Lord. Yes. And this celestial article, freedom is the right thing to do. Liberty is not man's idea, God, it's yours. 2 Corinthians 3:17 says, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty. You've come to set the captives free. And these men and women so brave. Because, Lord, in the absence of courage, truth is an orphan. And these men and women are courageous, and they've given us all hope. Lord, please, protect them and bless them. And may the eyes of this nation once again be open. May there be an awakening and a revival of liberty. And may you bless them and keep them in Jesus' name. Amen.
God bless Pastor Ron McCoy and these great truckers and everybody out here today and everybody who helped them. With that, we are going to have Amazing Grace be sung. Alrighty, boys. I just discovered
I love
last night
Amazing
that some of our
Grace.
crew could actually harmonize. They started doing a little jingle called Amazing Grace, and if I'm not mistaken, they're going to do it again for you because it is amazing, is it not? All right. They're truckers! Let's hear it.
Thank you. I just want to say one thing. There's somebody here from Hawaii. They flew in last night. I'm not sure his name. Ben, I don't know where you're at. These are from him. And we are honored to be able to wear them today. Thank you, sir. Your son on your shoulder, wherever you're at, thank you. It is an honor. All right, we're going to sing a little Amazing Grace here. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. USA! USA! USA!
start driving. Thank you all for coming. You wish me well.
People wanted a close-up of the...
Real quick, if you are participating in the convoy, meaning you are driving something in the convoy, because remember, it's the people's convoy. It's not just truckers. This is for everybody. This is for all people. If you are participating in the convoy, physically driving with the convoy, I need to see everybody briefly. Just come on right up here if you're actually physically driving in the convoy.
I don't...
Oh, my feet are
come up
cold.
anyway.
I'm freezing.
Guys, we got to expose what's really going on because the media is not doing their job. We, the people, got to take the lead. Just like for the truckers.
So you can clip and share everything from the stream. Go ahead and get...
We got a little preaching going on here right in the crowd. This is such an amazing day. Tell everybody where you're from.
My name is Lindy Hopley, and I am from Cape Town, South Africa. And so I came here 2 years ago because God gave me a dream to come.
I wish I'd come in a little better.
He started giving me dreams about revival breaking out and prison trumping in tongues in the White House. And I was like, I didn't even know who my own president was. And he recruited me into such a time as this, where it's time for a revolution. It's time for a revival. And so, yeah, all around the world, people are here supporting this great nation right now because I believe God has an amazing plan for America. It's not over yet.
That's right. We are the second covenant nation, and we're going to show the world that it means to be a country that believes in God, have our Christian roots rising back up. We are not an insurrection. We are the resurrection of our founding fathers' documents. This is what this is about. It's liberty and freedom as God would have intended for this nation, as our founding fathers wrote into our Declaration of Independence and into our United States America Constitution. Bringing it back home. We're going to abolish these illegal and unlawful mandates, and we need to abolish the agencies that were created unconstitutionally in 1935 by Franklin Delano Roosevelt's executive order establishing the Federal Register Act, which is what started all of these agencies back in 1935, delegating authority from the executive office to the agency heads. Heads are appointed. They are not elected officials. It's completely unlawful, unconstitutional, and we need to abolish them. Guys, my producer and business partner, Elizabeth, is calling me, and I just lost my stream. Hey, Liz. I'm sorry, I was just live streaming. So the truckers are about to take off. There's a bunch of police helicopters. This is going to be great. Try and go stay live until they. And this is Ann Vandersteel from Steel Media, so you guys can follow. Sure, there's going to be a ton of people going live, but it's going to be.
Real quick here.
I am going to polish it.
Out that side of the stadium.
Follow at Living in Beautiful Witness, and you can find us at. People from South Africa.
I'm gonna change the channel.
I'm from South Africa.
I thought I paused. I thought I muted him. Apparently not.
Stadium. We'll be making a left out of it. Then we're making a left at Rancho Road. Then a right on the 395.
This one over here.
Follow 395
on the bottom. I'm playing this one on the bottom.
Then we're going to go 58 to 15 into Barstow.
The other one wasn't coming in very good.
40, and here we come, Arizona.
If you guys have any other streams or anything else you want me to put in, just let me know and I will surely put them in one of the screens.
You're going to run that up to 223. 223, you're going to make a right on the Aztec Road.
I hope you guys are writing this down for me.
Make a left on 68. We're going over to America Pizza.
Somebody's taking notes, right?
America Pizza. and subs. I think they're called American Pizzas and Subs. So they're cooking us a bunch of pizzas, and it's going to be a good time. We can't wait. But that's the route. Right now, we just basically need to get everybody cleared out of the area so we can start up these trucks and start moving the equipment around. Thank you, everybody, for all the love and support. I appreciate you all so much. Seriously, super humble.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I have to, all right, let's see.
What's happening now? The truck is coming out.
All right.
When it's my time, when you're 6 feet deep, God's
There are people at the front just handing over big wads of cash to support the truckers.
I just got a notification on my phone that U.S. intelligence warned Ukraine full Russia invasion to begin in 48 hours. We'll see. Holy.
So that's what I really wanted to get, was Pierre Corey, because I knew he was going to say something. I knew Pierre Corey was going to say something controversial, but that's the kind of stuff you want to get on YouTube. I think, based on everything I know about YouTube, that they're going to they'll give me a strike and delete the stream, but I figured I'd go ahead and cover it because it's news. They shouldn't delete it, but that's YouTube for you. What I was going to do is capture everybody rolling out, so then you can get an idea of how big it's going to be or how many people there are. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
So I'll see how many people there are once it's all lined up. And then, if you want to support me, I can't get super chats. Send cash or Bitcoin to $LTV411 on Cash App, or go to truthclothing.io. I'll take a walk around and show you guys some more stuff. I think somebody grabbed my stream. I heard somebody grab my stream, so that's good. It's good information. I don't have like a thing on my stream to show that it's me. Say that the actual number of big trucks. Yeah, me too. It's part of history. Yeah, part of your freedom right So download the stream for me, clip stuff. You got the money speeches from Pierre Corey and from that other guy. Look, there's big F Biden flags. But make sure to clip those speeches from anybody who can help me out. Clip those speeches, especially from Pierre Corey and that other guy. Twitter won't ban it, but YouTube might. YouTube might take this stream down. Wow, it's cold. That wind is really something.
King Julie, is he? But yeah, so
it's cold out here. So all these cars, I guess, are involved.
And, I like to support freedom, and I want folks to know that they're not alone in freedom. What a good word in Psalm 91. Hey, thank you. I just got to with him. Stuff makes me happy. Look at this cute dog. Look at this awesome. Thank you so much. Isn't that cute? Oh, no, Freddie. Come on. Everyone's filming this guy with his dog. Hanging out. Beautiful picture. Howdy, how are you guys?
There's a lot of people here.
Temecula. Yes. Come on. What are you guys doing out here? Yeah.
News was
What made you passionate about it?
We're all bowed in prayer. I stand with truckers. Give you guys a view of everything. Support. We're gonna get the truck. Trailers. Got total.
Bad weather on I-40, I see.
Oh yeah. I said thank you guys for watching. It is still choppy. Yeah, once we start to roll out, it'll get.
That's probably more than you'll talk about the truck convoy.
Gotcha.
There's nothing we can do right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say not much control I have. That right here, I like that. Very well. Put the ready rig somebody. In the comments, it doesn't matter, man. It's on it, you know.
Go to peoplesconvoy.org. Everything's legal. If it's subject to change, I would check back daily in case.
Hey.
How you doing?
Yeah. Hey Tommy, what's up? You want to be on camera? What's up? You want to be on camera?
No, it's okay. I just wanted to say hi to you.
Check out that website.
Oh, cool. Great. What do you think?
I got here about 10:20.
Daily.
I didn't get to see. I didn't see him. No.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we got here after the speeches. I guess they ran them a little early. Yeah, they were good. They were spicy. Controversial. Yeah. So I gotta tell.
Oh, okay. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna carry on, guys?
I don't think so because I don't know what I'm gonna stream when I get there. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're gonna be doing in every town. So I'm gonna try to get the convoy leaving.
Yeah. Which way are they going? Are they
I don't know. I see cars coming in this way. Are you parked on the lot somewhere?
No, I have a park over here in the dirt over here.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. I should have got up a little
Glad
bit earlier.
You came. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, I came down here. I got here around 7. So I've been filming it. But yeah, I think I'm going to bail on it. I think.
Yeah,
I don't think I can handle it.
Pretty good start, right?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, good speeches and stuff and good crowd. So
you live what? How long?
4 hours from here.
Yeah, it took me about an hour and a half to get here.
From LA?
Yeah, I should have gotten up a little bit earlier, but it was pretty cold in LA too. I just wanted to stay in my bed.
Yeah, right. I know.
That's
It's
cool.
freezing.
I'm glad I came out. Give people something to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to be out here. It's too bad you missed the speeches. They were
Yeah,
good.
I didn't realize he was going to be speaking out here.
Yeah, it was good. It's good. Then we'll see if they let this stream stay up on YouTube. They said stuff that you're not allowed to say, you know.
Oh, okay, about vaccines.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Are you
Which
gonna
is good.
you gonna put the video up?
It's up. I'm live streaming now. So
Oh, you're live. Okay, cool. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I'll check it out.
yeah, I'm live streaming now on YouTube.
On YouTube. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
All right, I'll make a donation to help cover your funds for getting
All
out
right,
here.
cool. I appreciate
Hey,
it.
nice.
Man.
I'm a
Good
fan
to
of yours,
you.
dude.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I
you do a
appreciate
good
it.
job.
Oh, thanks, man.
Take
I
care,
appreciate
David.
it. See ya. That's cool. That's somebody from my Discord. We have a crypto Discord where we talk about cryptocurrency. Yeah, you heard what I told him. I don't think I'm going to follow it. No. I don't think I can handle it. And I don't think I don't know what there's going to be to live stream on the way.
That's what we need. I don't want real people. I'm gonna fucking post your shit.
I'm going to go back to covering the news. You can find me on Rockfin, rokfin.com/lifttheveil, on dlive.tv/lifttheveil. I normally don't broadcast on YouTube because I say stuff like Dr. Pierre Corey says. And so far, the rules are you're not supposed to say that stuff. So we'll see. They said things specifically about the vaccine that YouTube says you're not supposed to say, but this is a news event, so I'm covering it like a news event. And we'll see if YouTube bans the news. God, it's cold. Holy shit. I wanted to get some video of the trucks rolling out. Ooh. Trying to see where people are rolling out from. You heard what they said, right? They're not going to DC. They're going towards DC. And it's not about the destination.
Yeah, so I saw a lot of people giving you stuff.
Yeah.
Does that usually happen or?
No, I wouldn't say that it does, and it's been very eye-opening. We didn't expect that. I expected that there wouldn't be many people here, and that I was just going to be staying here overnight and leaving out with them at the same time, and it was all just going to be logistical, so I can go drop my load off, and then eventually, as they cross the country, they'll pick up a bunch of people, and I may be with it at the same time. But it's turned out that a lot of people have really showed up. It shows the demand for freedom, and it shows the avalanche of outcrying for freedom that's coming.
And people giving you stuff. stuff to show, right? What did they say to you?
I think a lot of folks, they want to have a way to get involved, and they may not be able to travel the country. Some people are scared, and I understand that. Hell, sometimes I'm scared too, but you just got to at least show up. And there's people doing what they can, whether it's people love to bake, people love to give gifts, it makes them feel good, and it can help other people too.
And you actually, to be frank, you hesitated to take my interview in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Why was that?
There's a lot of attention, a lot more than I expected, a lot more than I anticipated. And I'm used to it. You know, I'm a YouTuber. I used to be. So I know what it's like to have eyes on you. I know what it's like to have a million eyes on you. I know what that's like, but, you know.
But you're glad you take my interview?
We'll see. Hopefully it stays peaceful, and I'll be thankful. Yeah. If it doesn't stay peaceful, then I might go in hiding. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. I got company coming over for a few minutes, but I will be right back when I'm done, and hopefully we'll be dressed.
For anybody that I work with or work for, this is my sole, expression of my opinion, is that there were some people that intentionally broke the law and potentially even set something up. And I think there's a lot of people that accidentally got wrapped into it, and I think it should be properly investigated under the right leadership, and we may not have that right now.
Finally, because we originally came from communist China, so how do you think how do you see what's happening relates to maybe something like the socialism, communism?
I've talked to people that have come from communist nations, and they really are scared of what they're seeing. And I think a lot of folks can attest to that, it seems like it's the same textbook of what's going on here. Hopefully, we can get our rights back and demand accountability and freedom that was gifted to us by God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck. All right. Yeah, so we're going to try to interview more people to see what they think, why they are in this journey or come to support this journey. All right, stay tuned.
Thank you so much.
All right, good luck. Let me give you did I give you my card?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, and we are on YouTube.
Okay.
And also Safe Chat. It's a free speech platform.
Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I'll be there. Thank y'all.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, let me give you my card. And then we have you can check out our channel. Oh, yeah. Thank you. To the mayor. Oh, red winner.
If I remember, I think I saw you in Charlie once. Let's go Southwest.
I will be grabbing my guard.
No. I spoke to Score Selma, one boyfriend, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you for coming out.
Take care.
All right, yeah, thank you. Yeah, we are doing like this is the live right now. 赵旭，我们现在要采访了。Okay. All right. Hold on. All right, so here we have one of the main organizer of the People's Convoy, Lee Dundas. She's also today's MC. So Lee, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me. I'm not really the organizer. The guys organized it. I just helped them get their message out today.
Yes. So in the speech, you mentioned your actually ancestors came from East Europe.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us about why this background affects you.
So yeah, my mother, her parents were Hungarian-Romanian. Her parents and grandparents were Roma Gypsy. They were living in Eastern Europe in the early part of last century when communism and the Red Terror cell death squads came through, and they fled. They came and they raised their little light of liberty right here on our golden shores coming through Ellis Island because they wanted freedom. They wanted to raise their country in freedom and not getting beheaded and killed. Some of their relatives did not get out. And during Hitler's crusade a couple decades later in the 1930s and 40s, those relatives, those Roma Gypsies, there was a whole separate Holocaust against the Roma, the Romani Holocaust is what it was called, just like the Jewish Holocaust. And my family never let us forget. They said, freedom isn't free, and you protect it with everything you have, because if you don't have freedom, you don't have anything. These people can come for you in the dark of night, and they can do horrible things, and my family members, my ancestors fled that. And so I was raised with a very strong conviction that you don't ever fall asleep at the wheel. You don't ever let communism creep in, because it is a very bad scene once it does.
So how does that relate to the situation right now?
The situation right now is we have communist agendas in our schools and our city councils with the taking down of statues, with all sorts of other things. There was a communist agenda that was put out decades ago. It had about 40 goals, and they've achieved more than half of them in this country. And that is a very, very scary thing. The Democrat Party has been hijacked by people who are so far left. They're not even socialists, they're communists. And the good news is there's starting to be a pushback against that. We saw 2 nights ago in San Francisco, 3 of their board members on their school board were recalled by 72 to 78%. And there was a guy, did you see this? A guy who came out in drag, and he said, I know mainstream media is going to say this was a bunch of right-wing Republicans, and I am here as a drag queen to ask you, do I look like a Republican? Everybody has had it with this communist agenda. Drag queens, Democrats, Republicans, white, black, yellow, brown, all of the people that I know and love on both sides of the aisle are saying we have gone too far. We're not going to stop people from working. These mandates have to go. The state of emergency has to go. And we are going to come back to the roots of freedom that made this country what it is today.
Yeah, so to your understanding, why do you think the truckers are rising now? Why they take the lead?
The truckers are rising up because of about a month ago, give or take, Biden and Trudeau decided to close that northern border and say, unless you were vaccinated, you couldn't take products across that border. And the truckers are very hard-headed. They're their own men. And they said, we're vaccinated, we're not vaccinated, but it shouldn't matter what your status is. You should be able to work, and you should be able to get product across the border, especially to Canada when it's negative 30 degrees right now in January. They depend on our truckers on both sides of the border to get them fed, to get them product. So those guys started standing up. God bless them for it. We know what's happening in Canada. These guys down here decided they wanted to do something similar but different. They're not going to camp out in any one city. The People's Convoy is just going to keep rolling with a message that it's time to end the mandates, end the states of emergency. They're coming from a place of peace and love and unity, and they're 100% law-abiding. This is not about violence. This is not about radicalism. This is about America and getting back to it.
Yeah, and the Washington, the Capitol Police saying, they are already erupting the National Guards and the fences. And so how do you see, this event will come out?
So the People's Convoy, which is what you're here to see today, is not going into downtown D.C. We're not even going to be on that coast during Biden's State of the Union address on March 1st. Our truckers are not going anywhere near that city right now because they know exactly what's going on. The truckers who are here today are headed toward there
but they're not going to be in there. And they're separate from that convoy where the guy is saying they're going to strangle the city like an anaconda. That is not the truckers who were here today. That is not the People's Convoy. People's Convoy is 100% law-abiding. All of these trucks have had their beds inspected to make sure they're clean as a whistle. We're going to keep it clean. We got security. We got retired law enforcement and military who are making this be safe. This is about our message, not even my message, the boys' message. Let's jumpstart this economy. Let's get back to work. It's time.
Yeah, so finally, how many people and the truckers do you think this is going to be joining?
So there was a lot of traffic on the 99 and 58 that prevented some of our truckers from getting all the way down last night. I think they had an accident or something. We had a few dozen here today. We got a lot of people in passenger vehicles and RVs that are going to be following along. Our next stop is Kingman. We're picking up a lot of convoys from the north and the like Idaho, Montana, Nebraska. They're going to be dropping in as we roll through Arizona and Texas and Oklahoma. So this thing is going to, I think, I know it's going to exponentially grow. We have close to 1,000, give or take, registered trucks who want to join the People's Convoy on our website right now. It's just a lot of them are on, they're not all in California, so they're going to join us as we roll out.
Yeah, so on the website, the organizers saying they're going to be 11 days arriving near Washington, D.C. Then afterwards, do you know what's going to happen? And, how the People's Convoy they're going to try to reach the goal?
I don't know what's going to happen. A lot of it is going to depend on whether the country is signaling that they're going to open back up, drop the last of the mandates in some of the blue states, and get rid of the states of emergency. A state of emergency is not meant to be permanent. It is very likely to be abused and turned into a dictatorship when you have a state of emergency that's been perpetuated for 23 months. So the truckers are 100% right in saying the root of this evil is not the mandate. The mandate is a product of the abusive state of emergency that has been allowed to continue on. And we saw that Biden just continued it for a little while longer a few days ago. But Biden can change his mind. Congress can end the state of emergency. The state legislators can end the states of emergency. So a lot of what the truckers do after the first week and a half, 2 weeks, is going to depend on what the country does and what the politicians do.
Yes, I see. And they think that the state of emergency undermined the Constitution. And I know you